Khuduthamaga mme Wendy Matsemela le tsweletse ka dithulaganyo tsa go tlhomamisa gore baithuti ba marematlong grade 12 ba dira sentle mo ditlhatlhobong tsa bofelo ba ngwaga wa dithuto 2021. Seno ke karolo ya moano wa lefapha. Ngwana Sejo wa tlhakanelwa ka jalo bagolo baithuti le baagi ka kakaretso ba itsisiwe ka kgaso ya ipakanyetso ya ditlhatlhobo tsa mafelo a ngwaga e tla gasiwang ka tlhamalalo mo UFM ka mokgwa o latelang. Dithuto di tla simolola ka di 26 October 2021. Malatsi a dithuto ke Sontaga go fitlha ka Labone. Nako ya dithuto metsotso e 30 morago ga ura ya borobedi maitsiboa go fitlha ka ura ya borobongwe. Baithuti ba tla neelwa sebaka sa go botsa dipotso morago ga tlhatlhelelo ya serutwa.
In case you've just joined in, a very good morning to you. It's UFM. We are in tune with you. Of course, the show is Brunch with Sweetness. My name is Sweetness Motsepe. It's always such a pleasure to spend some quality time with you. Can I just say I'm out and it's cold. I hope wherever it is, you are keeping yourself warm. I think today you're allowed to have magunya, litiye, anything that's just not only going to warm your body, that's going to warm your soul as well, because really, that's what we need. Thank you so much, though. You do know that we are out and about. We're coming to you live from the Wembley Stadium here in Johannesburg. We are here with the Department of Social Development. Remember, I mean, as you might have heard with our previous conversation, when COVID-19 started, the homeless people here were housed in tents right here in the Wembley Stadium. However, the government, saw it fit to, give the homeless dignity, and they built park homes, which is why we are here today for that official launch. Now, one of the partners to the department is Ikusasa Lethu, which is an NPO. Joining me in our studio is Mr. Joey Manana from Ikusasa Lethu to tell us a bit more about what it is that they do. Ntate Manana, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, ma'am. And how are you doing?
I'm very well, considering the circumstances. This weather, you are nice and warm.
No, I hear you complaining of the weather.
Yeah,
it's very cold anyway. Even myself, I can hear it's very
You
cold.
can feel,
yeah.
ne?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but thank you so much, nonetheless, for taking the time to talk to me. Tell me a bit about your role, Go Ikusasa Lethu, before we get to what it is that you do as an NPO.
My name is Joey, as you said.
Yes.
And I'm the executive director of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also forming part of the founders of the organization.
Okay.
The organization was founded in 2000.
The year 2000?
Yes.
11 years?
It's not 11 years, more than 20 years now.
Oh, it's 2021. My goodness, yes. 21 years.
2000, yeah.
21 years. That's a very long time.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And we started as a youth. It's a youth project, actually. We started as youth.
Mm-hmm.
Then HIV was very rife.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were doing like awareness campaigns to
about HIV.
Yeah. And then I was one of the youth also.
Uh-huh.
And we struggled to make people understand HIV.
Mm-hmm.
But we then happened to, by the grace of God anyway,
mm-hmm.
we then started the home-based care, taking care of the people that are sick at the homes, and even educating them about HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
You see, those tents, we are still testing HIV. It's us.
Oh, it's Ikusasa Lethu.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are funded by Department of Health.
Uh-huh.
As an accredited site of testing HIV.
So you partner with different departments for different projects, of course, depending on the need.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Yes.
And we started a drop-in center to take care of orphans and vulnerable kids, because people were dying by then.
Yeah.
Then we also done taking care of the grannies, because grannies were left with those kids, orphans. Then we are assisting them also
in taking care of the children.
Yes. We've got all those programs running even now. Yes, and we then were appointed by the Department of Social Development to take care of the homeless people. Especially started last year when COVID started. We started in the tents, as you said, and it was heavy keeping people in a tent,
of course,
and then go back home and sleep in a warm
bed.
It was like, it's hurting, like when I was looking at them in the rain, and then we were using like pilots because we didn't have resources. We were using pilots and sponges. People were struggling, and it was cold. It's cold here in Wembley when it's 4 o'clock. It's very
It's
cold.
freezing.
Yeah, it's freezing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's freezing.
So it's
But
safe
then-
to say that, like even in the previous conversation, we were talking about how today is a celebration more than anything else. Officially launching the park homes.
Now the nice, if you can get in, they are 5-star.
Really?
Yes, we have made a 5-star place for displays. These people are displaced. We don't say now homeless. They just displaced.
They
They are
have
not.
homes, yeah.
They're not from. They are not at their homes. They just displaced to
Yeah.
somebody's home. Yes, but we are coping with all of them.
Take me through what it is that you do exactly, because are you running the program? Are you managing the security? In terms of you as Ikusasa Lethu, because I can hear that you are doing a lot of amazing work. But what exactly does that really mean?
We do all, starting from giving them food from morning, breakfast, lunch, and supper. Making sure they go to the clinics when they're sick. Escort them to the hospitals, escort them to home affairs and to rehabilitation centers, because some of them they come here with taking drugs. We make sure that they go to the rehabilitation center, and when they go from back from rehabilitation center, and then we try to reunite them with their families. So some of them, they don't want them. The families are tired of them.
They're
but
like, no,
but then we can host them, But we also do skill development project. We do urban learning areas ourselves. Ourselves as the organization. We also do computer literacy. We do apprentice. We're trying to upskill them so that
the response in terms of the people that you're housing here, do you find that they are in fact interested in skills development? Is it something that is compulsory, so that you know that when you are going to be housed here, you have to be a part of a certain program? Or is it just by choice? You can take part. If you don't want to, you're not forced to.
Yeah, some of them, when they come here, they were so reluctant. They wouldn't want to go out and they were like, they're used to scam avenging and get something for nothing. Now we're saying it cannot happen that you sleep as a man then be given food by the government. You must at least try something yourself. Now it's at least a must. Go to school, must go out there and look for a job, must go to all these programs that we're trying to, because the government recently come up with a norms of standard to say somebody must stay at least six months. So there should be an exit strategy after some time.
And you need to know when you come in that you have to be out by 6 months. So use the time to better yourself.
So now somebody must strive for his own development. So now I've seen even the ones that they wouldn't want to go. Now they are at school now. I have almost 4 of these young guys. We are doing ITC. So they are in that class now.
It sounds like such a smooth project to manage. What are the challenges?
It's not a smooth project. Remember, these guys, they're from the street. They are not used to be controlled. They want to control themselves.
Of course.
They decided, even sometimes, some of them, they decided to go home, not to want to listen or what have you. But some of them, it's because of they came here in Gauteng looking for greener pastures. And because of Corona, some of them, they were able to do for themselves. Now they cannot do
anymore.
Now those are people that you are developable. You can develop them. But those that were like, no, they are naughty. They don't want to listen.
They just want to be in the streets.
And then now those. It's very difficult to take care of them. Some of them, they don't want to even give you information, because we need to know who's at home, who can we contact when you get problem in the shelter. Some of them would want the resistant until you must at least dig the and then threaten somebody to say, hey, I'm bringing police.
Bringing law enforcement to say, hey, stay in line. No, totally got it. Thank you so much. And as we wrap it up, you did say that initially, Ikusasa Lethu was started by the youth. right? 21 years ago, you were saying, you were like, even I was part of the youth then, you know.
Yeah.
Are you finding that you are attracting more young people, especially right now? Is there an interest? Do people even know that there is Ukusasa Letu and they can, in fact, be a part of it?
Yes, we've got a youth project and then a youth forum.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got actually a set up, a designed plan for all the youth.
Nice.
Yes.
So how do we get access to this youth forum?
No, in the community where I'm living, and then where the offices are,
Okay.
there's a center, a very big one.
Okay.
We've got a lot of programs happening there. Girls program, we've got Let's Talk program. There's a lot of programs. We call them Vuchilo 1, Vuchilo 2.
Okay.
Chomi, a friend online.
Variety,
We've got a friend
yeah.
online, yeah. There's
So-
a friend online. There's a house where girls can go in there and they talk with a friend online.
Oh,
if,
nice.
If a girl child is abused and he cannot talk to a child and youth care worker, we've got child and youth care worker, trained one and qualified one who can talk to children. Then if the child doesn't find joy and cannot
Relate,
trust or relate any story, there's a friend online
Who can help.
You just call a friend and then
Wonderful, man.
the
That
child
is
is help. And then we've got a library in the shelter. We've got computer lab, youth friendly space. We've got youth friendly place.
Wonderful,
Now we're very
wonderful.
powerful. This organization is very big.
You know, it sounds massive. It does.
It's a very
I think
massive
big
one.
is not big enough. It sounds massive, yeah.
And let me tell you, we've employed more than actually 180 people in this organization.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you guys on social media?
Yes, we are.
Facebook, everywhere. Is it at Ukusasa Letu?
At Ukusasa Letu. It's Ukusasa Letu YP
Okay.
at gmail.com. And we our website www.ukusasaletu.co.za. Yeah.
www.iksasaletu.co.za. Check them out on social media, Iksasa Letu YP.
Yeah.
Date Manana, what a pleasure. Thank you so much. Let me not keep you any longer. Thank you for taking the time to chat to me.
Thanks for having me, and it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. And there you have it. Of course, we are still coming to you live from Johannesburg at the Wembley Stadium, here with the Department of Social Development, of course, who is today officially launching their Park Homes initiative.
Be a bozzer and binge everything this summer with 10 gigs of data for only 99 Rand or 4 gigs for just 49 Rand on MTN Bozzer Gigs LTE. Simply purchase an MTN starter pack and follow the easy steps to join and unlock these great deals. Available at MTN stores and selected retailers. So come on, Mzansi, go big, go bozzer, and win your share of 100 million in rewards. T's and C's apply. Everywhere you go, MTN.
It's Happy Monday, baby!
3 to 6 p.m. with Carol Hobbs on You in the Afternoon.
How are you, or what have you opted for in terms of saving money for the festive season? It's December clothing, it's January clothing.
Do people
If you're
do that?
spending, what? Save for?
Like for clothes like December, kuthi ngizobangena ngalokhu nalokhu.
Yeah, don't
People do that.
I still do it.
And this. So Christmas, when I Christmas ugqoka impahla ezintsha.
Yeah.
Wow,
I did
Carol
last
Hobbs.
year.
Ugqoka impahla ezintsha.
Yeah. And New Year's Eve. I do. I like looking pretty.
On Christmas Day.
Yeah. And I actually, like, even after cooking a feast and stuff, I wear my heels and stuff. Like, I like
Christmas.
I still do it.
Uthenga impahla za Christmas.
Yeah, Karabo.
Ay, Carol.
Are you shocked?
Yeah, who does that?
Carol?
Every Monday to Friday, only on UFM. In tune with you.
Heal my heart and touch my soul. Vele ngishayela uvalo. Wangithanda ngenanto. Ngelo siyami uphila. Ngelo uhlale nami. Uthando lwami dale. Lubanzi lujulile. Ngifisa ukuchitha insuku zokuphila nawe. Ithemba lami dale liyophelela kuwe injabulo yansuku zonke my sweet darling sandwa sami Wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love. Sandwa same, wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love. Senghamba ma kilometer minno, senghamba ma kilometer minno. Efsika bengisula ngifuna wena, phela wena imfudumalo yami yemnyo. Imizwa yami yakhuluma masibukana, ivele ithi dalisondela ngithi manga. Ufika empilweni yami ilanga lisahwalala, buka manje sekuyakanya kuyaqhakaza. Mamele inhliziyo yami darling ngoba nginawo amaningi. Lalela inhliziyo yami darling ngoba nginawo amaningi. Yanginawo amaningi nje, anginawo amaningi. Yanginawo amaningi nje, anginawo amaningi. Uthando lwami darling, lubanzi lujulile. Ngifisa ukuchitha insuku zokuphila nawe. Ithemba lami darling, liyophelela kuwe. Injabulo yansuku zonke my sweet darling. Sandwa same, wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love. Sandwa same, wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love. Sandwa same, wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love. Sandwa same, wosa my love, wosa my love. Bambol wame, wosa my love, wosa my love.
Brunch with Sweetness, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its people.
In tune with the listener.
In tune with you. That's what radio's all about. You are radio.
And radio is you.
So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle,
your aspirations,
and your ever-changing music taste.
Radio that keeps its fingers on the pulse.
Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content.
A listener-led radio station.
Radio that doesn't speak at people,
but radio that listens and engages its listeners. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you,
cries with you,
celebrates with you. Radio that understands you.
Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race.
That's why we do what we do.
We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you always stay in tune with you. UFM. News on UFM.
Mo President wa Maloba Jacob Zuma o gorogile kwa kgotlatshekelo kgolo ya kwa Pietermaritzburg le Eskom e dirile diphetogo mo lenaneng la kgaogo e rulagantsweng ya motlakase. Motho dumela ke Lethabo Mashapa. Mo President wa Maloba Jacob Zuma o gorogile kwa kgotlatshekelo kgolo ya kwa Pietermaritzburg e o letetsweng go rebola katlholo mo kopong ya gagwe ya gore motšhotšhisi Billy Downer a tswe mo kgetseng kgatlhanong nae. Zuma o latofatsa Downer ka go tsaya matlhakore le go sutlisetsa tshedimosetso e botlhokwa go babegadikgang. Kgaogelo Magolego o latela ka pego.
Zuma and French weapons manufacturer Thales are facing charges of corruption, racketeering and money laundering linked to South Africa's multi-billion rand arms deal entered into in 1999. Among other things, the defense is arguing that Downer has become so obsessed with the former president that he would bend the rules just to secure a conviction. Downer has himself admitted to crying when a decision was taken to drop charges against Zuma back in 2009. He has also considered to sharing sensitive information with a journalist, but the state, through advocate Wim Tringhoff, has denied allegations of impropriety, saying Downer's integrity is untainted. Zuma recently laid criminal charges against Downer. I'm Khawalo Magolego, News Note in Rustenburg.
Fa re gatela pele mapodisa kwa Gauteng a tshwere monna o dingwaga di le 45 ka ditatofatso tsa go tsietsa mabenkele a rekisang dijanaga. Ali Ahmed Sabir o latofadiwa ka go dirisa di-payslip tse seng tsa nnete go reka dijanaga tsa boleng ba madi a kana ka 1.4 million rands. Sebueledi sa The Hawks Captain Ndibuo Molamo a re Sabir o tshwerwe kwa molelwaneng wa Eswatini.
The investigation team circulated Sabir on the local and international border movement control, which successfully led to his apprehension on Sunday at the Swaziland border post when traveling out of the country for leisure. Authorities detained him in custody for the Hawks to later charge him with fraud involving over 1.4 million rands vehicle finance scam, which he allegedly committed in 2017. The court remanded Sabir in custody pending investigation. However, this matter is expected back in court on Thursday for formal bail application.
Mme kwa bokhutlong Eskom ya re e dirile diphetogo mo lenaneng la kgaogo e rulagantshong ya motlakase ka ntlha ya go kgaoga ga thebolo ya diyuniti di le mmalwa. Sebueledi sa Eskom ke Sekona Timantjantja.
While Eskom teams have successfully returned a unit each at the Kusile, Matimba and Arnold Power Station during the early hours of this morning, further delays in returning other units to service have exacerbated the capacity constraints and hampered the ability to replenish the emergency generation reserves. Eskom anticipates to return Quebec Unit 1 to service during the weekend. Eskom also expects to return 5 other units to service during this week. However, there are a number of generation units running with risk of failure that cannot be attended to at the moment due to the current capacity constraints.
Kganye kwa setlhweng mo reng eno mo president wa Maloba Jacob Zuma o gorogile kwa kgotlatshekelokgolo ya kwa Pietermaritzburg e o letetseng go rebola katlholo mo kopong ya gagwe ya gore motšhotšhisi Billy Downer a tswe mo kgetseng kgatlhanong nae. Dikalo tsa ura eno tse ding di tla latela mo reng ya bosomele ka dimakatsogankwe.
For more on these stories, visit newsnote.co.za.
Tell them that.
Radio that listens to you to stay in tune with you. UFM.
Boss.
Sakukolula umuntu ngithanda tshela ukuthi uthando luphelile kodwa impilo kumele iqhubeke. Sakukolula umuntu ngithanda tshela ukuthi uthando luphelile impilo kumele iqhubeke. Yokusiza ngani ukumgwaza yokusiza ngani ukumdubula umshise emyebele impilo. Sesandlula lesonto sesakhula sithandana kwakumnandi emhlabeni khala sombe mntakama sesandlula lesonto sesakhula sithandana kwakumnandi emhlabeni jakusekho lokho sekuyiphupho lokho tiyancipha imshado kwandimngcwabo takusekho lokho saqhuma isililo tiyancipha imshado kwandimngcwabo sekukholula umuntu ngithanda kutshela ukuthi uthando luphelile kodwa impilo kumele iqhubeke. Sekukholula umuntu ngithanda kutshela ukuthi uthando luphelile. nabafundisi bathandaze andisa abadala bashisa impepho emsamo lisa nabafundisi bathandaze ngoba makungenjalo basophela omama bethu basophela otate wethu sophela ingane sekwanele legazi elichithekile selanele yaze kukholula umuntu umthanda kutshela ukuthi uthando luphelile kodwa impilo kumele iqhubeke yaze kukholula umuntu umthanda kutshela ukuthi uthando luphelile impilo kumele iqhubeke yokusisa nganokumgwaza yokusisa nganokumdubula umshise emyekele impilo iqhubeke yokusisa nganokumgwaza yokusisa nganokumdubula umshise emyekele impilo iqhubeke.
Mahikeng, you are 91.8 FM. Brunch with Sweetness, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its people.
In tune with the listener.
In tune with you. That's what radio's all about. You are radio.
And radio is you.
So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle,
your aspirations,
and your ever-changing music taste.
Radio that keeps its fingers on the pulse.
Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content.
A listener-led radio station.
Radio that doesn't speak at people,
but radio that listens and engages its listeners. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you,
cries with you,
celebrates with you. Radio that understands you.
Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race.
That's why we do what we do.
We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you are, we stay in tune with you. UFM.
At Checkers, we're painting SA Orange with 20 million rand in extra savings every day. Like 500 grams Clover Moy River Springbok or Butro butter. Buy any two for 125 rand. 2 kg bags of Tastic parboiled rice. Buy 2 and get a third free. And buy any Cape Point prawns and save 20%. Valid until Sunday at Checkers and Checkers Hyper. Other great deals valid at Lichtenberg and Mafeking.
On the 1st of November, we'll all get to decide who will lead our municipalities. Choose the ANC and let's build better communities together. Votela ANC. Re ahe setjhaba se hantle mmoho. Vote ANC.
The views expressed in this political advert are of the political party concerned and not that of UFM.
On Tuesday, the 26th of October 2021, the Gauteng Department of Social Development, led by MEC Morakane Mosupyoe, will officially launch the Park Homes for homeless people in Wembley Stadium, Johannesburg. This is part of Social Development Month held annually. The Department of Social Development, as part of its mandate to care for vulnerable groups in society, is tasked to place people who are homeless in temporary homeless shelters. The department, in collaboration with municipalities, NPOs and churches, provides various services such as meals, treatment for substance abuse, security, medical screening, counseling, and reunification with family. This message was brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Social Development.
Good morning. If you've just joined in, it's Brunch with Sweetness, the Tuesday edition of the show. As you might have just heard, we are, of course, coming to you live from Johannesburg at the Wembley Stadium here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Of course, the department is today launching their Park Homes project. And my, oh my, it is such a big deal, obviously. So you can imagine the spirits are quite high. It certainly is a day for celebrations. So something that's coming up in a bit is a conversation that I'm going to be having with Dr. Lesego Molale Tom from the Northwest University. Now, Dr. Lesego is the subject chair and senior lecturer at the university's School of Microbiology. We're going to be having a conversation on antibiotic resistance. I mean, we often hear that there are things, such as antibiotic resistance, but we often do not really understand what it means. People like saying, antibiotic, and you need a prescription for that. Every single thing, you need an antibiotic, but did you actually know that your body can, in fact, reject antibiotics? So we're going to learn a little bit more about that conversation coming up very, very soon. If you have any questions, in fact, related to antibiotic resistance, you're welcome to start sending those through 076-260-2815. By the way, our Just In Case You Didn't Know is also coming, and today's one, I'm seeing that recently we're getting a lot of Just In Case You Didn't Knows that have to do with billionaires. Could it be a sign? I definitely think it is, but that comes up slightly later on. All that and more still on the way. Don't forget to keep an eye on our socials at UFM898 because, yes, we are live on Facebook. Otherwise, Facebook, Instagram, I am Sweetness Motsepe, Twitter at Sweetness EHM. The number to use as well throughout the show is 076-260-2815. On that note, it's back to the music.
Why does it feel like I'm the only one putting my heart on the line? Why does it feel like I'm the only one minding my chest, trying to give my best all the time? Feels like pearls to swine. Like pearls to swine. Oh, it's like after pride comes the fall. It's like working 9 to 5, walk the line to keep you satisfied. It feels like pearls to swine. Oh, it feels like pearls to swine. Oh. It's like after pride comes the fall. It's like break my fall. Need a break. Just how I managed to get by. Something I can't seem to explain. Always seem better.
discovered nothing is promised. Back to work, I pour my heart and soul in it. Yet you couldn't see my efforts if you put them under a microscope. Whatever it is I'm missing still seems to elude me. Why is this reminiscent of a past relationship that showed plenty of promise but just ended up a mere statistic? With all the odds against us, hanging on a wall of pictures of our glory days. And that's the more it pains me to come to terms with the fact that you and I have drifted. Think I'm going crazy. I hit the booth to unbottle stuff. I was told if you talk about it, you could problem solve. Think it's time that I
swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now. Swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now. 'Cause it's like after pride comes the fall. It's like break my fall.
You are somewhere. We will ride with you.
Follow us on Twitter @UFM898 for all the latest updates, content, and entertainment.
Just watching you dancing, feel like the beginning of something. And in the end, all I wanna do is just fall in. I don't wanna think about nothing. Everybody got so much to say. Every time we push it away. Every day, new reason to stay. 'Cause we got a big love. Won't ever give it up. We got one way ticket love. Ain't going no place without. Nothing can stop this. No one can stop us. We got a big love. I don't wanna think about nothing. The world feels like it's crumbling. Every day another new something. But in the end, can't nobody do us in. I just wanna think about loving. 'Cause we got a big love. Won't ever give it up. We got one way ticket love. Ain't going no place without. Nothing can stop this. No one can stop us. We got a big love. We got a big love. Won't ever give it up. No. We got a one-way ticket, love. We ain't going no place without. Nothing can stop this. No one can stop us. Oh, we got a big love. Won't ever give it up. We got a one-way ticket, love. We ain't going no place without. Nothing can stop this. No one can stop us. 'Cause we got a big love. Oh, won't ever.
Hi, doctor.
Hello.
Hi. Please stand by for me. We've got a couple of minutes to go.
No problem.
Alrighty.
Here's to the players. They play for different reasons, but the intention is to win. We celebrate the big jackpot chasers. You who believe you're next in line to win the big Powerball jackpot. Because big things happen to you that dream big. Here's to the new members of the Lotto Millionaires Club. Also the daily Lotto player that knows every day you pay day. And we're between numbers. Keep pushing when izinto zenzeke. Here's to the sports stakers. Izinja ze-game. Sisonke kule game. Buy your tickets now in store or at nationallottery.co.za or by phone on our mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529#. Panda Pusher Play. Players must be 18 years and older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
On Tuesday, the 26th of October 2021, the Gauteng Department of Social Development, led by MEC Morakane Mosupyoe, will officially launch the Park Homes for homeless people in Wembley Stadium, Johannesburg. This is part of Social Development Month held annually. The Department of Social Development, as part of its mandate to care for vulnerable groups in society, is tasked to place people who are homeless in temporary homeless shelters. The department, in collaboration with municipalities, NPOs, and churches, provides various services such as meals, treatment for substance abuse, security, medical screening, counseling, and reunification with family. This message was brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Social Development.
It's UFM. We are in tune with you. Good morning. Top of the morning to you on this very cold Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for choosing us. We are, of course, always in tune with you. I did mention that I'm going to be speaking to Dr. Lesego Molale Tom, who is a subject chair and senior lecturer at the Northwest University's School of Microbiology. We are talking all things antibiotic resistance. I was saying earlier that, we always talk about antibiotics, but do we even know that there is something called antibiotic resistance? Do we understand just how antibiotics in fact affect our body's capability to handle medication and maybe even fight off a lot of illnesses? So joining us on the line is Dr. Lesego Molale Tom. Doctor, a very good morning to you. Welcome to UFM. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning to the USM listeners as well. Thank you for having me on the platform. I'm feeling good.
It is such a pleasure. You're most welcome. I think let's get straight into it. Antibiotic resistance. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of people don't even know that that is a thing, considering just how popular antibiotics are. But what is antibiotic resistance and what causes it?
Okay, so I think the first thing is to explain what antibiotics are. Now,
Perfect.
Antibiotics are medications which are used to prevent and treat bacterial infections.
Okay.
Now, antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria develop the ability to defeat these drugs, which are designed to kill them. Meaning that these antibiotics can't really get rid of the bacteria which they were designed to get rid of. And what causes antibiotic resistance is basically the misuse and overuse of these antimicrobial drugs, particularly in our clinical, hospital, medical settings, in the veterinary as well as agricultural settings.
So just to bring this in, you mentioned that misuse or overuse, right? So it's possible that someone might drink too many antibiotics and they end up not working. Is this for all antibiotics, or maybe if you've got different types of bacterial infections, then of course you might need a different antibiotic to deal with that directly?
Okay, so with the misuse, you find that people have colds, which are caused by viruses and not particularly bacteria. You go to the doctor and you are prescribed an antibiotic. What you have isn't caused by bacteria. So you're just drinking the antibiotic to treat a virus, but it's not designed to kill viruses. So that's misuse. As a result, your flora gets used to the mode of action of the antibiotic, and then the bacteria become resistant to the antibiotic. So it's using antibiotics to cure things that they don't work on, such as the common cold or flu, which are caused by viruses.
Got it. Let's look into the implications of antibiotic resistance. Can this happen in anyone and everyone, the antibiotic resistance?
Yes, it can. And unfortunately, we are slowly running out of treatment options because antibiotic resistance is rising to dangerously high levels across the globe. I mean, microorganisms are developing new resistance mechanisms. And because of the way microorganisms are, they are able to share these resistance mechanisms across different species. And this threatens our ability to treat common infectious diseases. And as a result, infections are becoming harder and sometimes impossible to treat because our antibiotics are becoming less effective.
Yeah, makes so much sense. What can we do, as humans to assist in order to slow down the rate of resistance?
I think the first thing, we get in our stewardship programs, we get a lot of pharmacists and medical doctors who say, as clients, we put so much pressure on them for them to, like medical practitioners, to prescribe antibiotics. So I think we should put less pressure on medical doctors to prescribe antibiotics. And if they do prescribe an antibiotic, rather, when you go to the pharmacy, allow them to write the antibiotic on your prescription, but take all the other medication and then say, if you're not feeling better, after 3 or 4 days, you will return to the pharmacy to take the antibiotic.
So, I mean,
don't just take antibiotics directly.
And is it not all antibiotics that require a prescription?
No, in South Africa, all antibiotics require a prescription.
Okay, because I was gonna ask. Yeah, you may continue.
Unless we're talking about the veterinary field, I think some farmers can get antibiotics without prescription, but also with them, they shouldn't use antibiotics for growth promotion or to prevent diseases of healthy animals.
Okay.
They should be used to cure infections in animals.
Absolutely. Because my next question was going to be, when do you know that maybe you need an antibiotic? Because sometimes we self-medicate. Like you just go to the pharmacy, you feel like I get flu. It's just a cold. Let me go get something over the counter. How do you then know that no, actually maybe this is a lot more serious and it might actually need the assistance of antibiotics?
I mean, at first you need to treat according to your symptoms. If you have a common cold, you treat according to your symptoms.
Okay.
If your nose dripping, do you have a cough, do you have headache, you explain to the pharmacist what it is that you need, what your symptoms are, and they'll give you medication for the symptoms. If after about 4 days, then the symptoms are not getting better, you can go to the doctor. I've been drinking the following medication, but I'm not getting better. And then maybe they can prescribe an antibiotic.
Got it. 4 days. I hope everybody got that. 4 days, see a doctor, get a prescription. As we wrap it up, I think let's talk about World Antibiotic Awareness Week, driven by the World Health Organization, which is all going to be happening in November, from the 18th to the 24th. Do you have any plans in place from your end in terms of commemorating the observation?
Yes, we are. And this is the 4th year that we commemorate the WOW event.
Okay.
And this year's theme is spread awareness and stop resistance. So as the Aquatic Microbiology Research Group, we will be hosting 2 virtual meetings.
Okay.
The first one will be on the 18th of November. We have a research symposium in collaboration with our African partners from various institutions across Africa. And then the second one will be on the 22nd to the 23rd of November. And it's a research symposium in collaboration with the WRC, the University of Johannesburg, as well as Stellenbosch University. And like I said, these events are virtual. So if anyone would like to join in, they can send their inquiries to WAAW21 abstract, which is spelled ABSTRACT at nwuu.ac.za. WOW21 abstract at nwuu.ac.za.
WOW21 abstract at nwuu.co.za. There we go. Alrighty. Thank you so much, Doctor. What an insightful conversation. We will be sure to, remind people again about the symposium closer to the time. But thank you for such an insightful chat. What a pleasure it has been. Do have yourself a lovely day further.
Thank you for having us. Enjoy your day as well.
Thank you. And there you have it. That's Dr. Lesego Molale Tom, the subject chair and senior lecturer at the Northwest University's School of Microbiology. You are still tuned in to Brunch with Sweetness. It's UFM. We are in tune with you.
ngicela ukuqala ngokuxolisa kwangeyona inhlosi labangani bengikhohlisa hamba ngiyofuna itoho ngizobuya ngikubonise ngashiya isilonda esingapholi enhlizweni yakho ngizosipholisa kodwa mntana omuntu ngiyasikhumbula isithembisa kuyona impica abadala bomakhelwane usuyinhlekisa zile nabantwana abaphasa ngamalengiso mina ngandonga ziyaduma ngilokhu ngidlala bothempiso abanalo uthando bahlala bengidla imali bangithanda manginemali sibuhlabe kusemnyanga kodwa mntana omuntu eyenkumbulo ungayiphathi ngiyazi uthando namaphutha ngicela ungixolele ungangilahli konke ngakusho kuwe sithandwa ngiyakhumbula ngiyazi akukho lula ngangithe kuwe ngizobuya le foni unginike yona hotsotsi bangikhuthuza yayini ethombe zakho mangivuka zingiduduza shonwe ngabe
ulavo baba senti angibawume baba senti ungaza mayisethi mamas ngiphendule ngithi babas ngizokutengela umbuzo omkhulu senti kujabi ting ting
ngithengela umuze santini ngiyazi sowukhathela ukushiswa yilanga emkhukhwini sowufila amakhaza ngoba indoda ingekho endlini ingube namehlo ilelu lwembu malavini ngisho nasebusuku ayisangena inkonzo ekamelweni umfundisi usesaba isono bona sithando sami namakholwa kuzwela isono sazogibela u-entry ayilokhali kubuya inkolo siponono sami mina ngiyalivuma icala lami usungibekezelele nje ngiyavuma sithando sami wawupheka ungiphakela ungaphisani ngeshebo zami ubaba wakamakhelwane mayevakasha ungaphaki wawuthi mawungibiza uthi kimi baba ngithi mangisabela ngithi kuwe mama khangidlala isuthi ngoba mama wawuphaka kodwa la ngikhona isingibulela indlala shonwe ngabe
ulavo baba senti angibawume baba senti ungaza mayisethi mamas ngiphendule ngithi babas ngizokutengela umbuzo omkhulu senti kujabi ting ting
One, two, three.
It's the new flashback, taking you back to that new moment.
There's no need for you to buy a car if you're getting a free meal.
The guy is part of like how I got her. Had I been
I was in show for 4 years and I married the guy.
Oh my God!
Imagine if this guy has been telling his woman for the last 10 years. They're like, where's the letter? We're going to fix this country and tell the truth.
Well, I live in today out of order.
Boys, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Only on UFM. In tune with you.
On the 1st of November, we'll all get to decide who will lead our municipalities, choose the ANC, and let's build better communities together. Votela ANC, re ahe setjhaba se hantle mmoho. Vote ANC.
The views expressed in this political advert are of the political party concerned and not that of UFM.
So it's about 19 minutes to go till 11 o'clock. We'll get another news bulletin at the top of the hour, this time around with Dimakatso. Good morning if you've just joined in. This is UFM, and you know, we are always in tune with you. Still coming to you live from Johannesburg. We are out at the Wembley Stadium here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Of course, we do know that today the department is officially launching their Park Homes project. I'm currently joined in studio by a gentleman who is one of the beneficiaries of the project, and his name is Mr. Oli Akom. Oli, good morning. Welcome to UFM. How are you doing?
Sweetness, good morning to you. It's good to be here, and I'm doing good. I'm doing well. This is a big day for us, and I'm happy to be sharing with you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to share with me. I want us to start at the very beginning, before we even get to the project. Tell me how it is that you ended up on the streets.
Sweetness, the long and short of it is that I had a challenge with substance abuse.
Okay.
I found myself having lost my job, being unemployed, losing my home, losing my family, and totally possessed by this demon that is drug addiction.
Okay.
It put me then on the streets naturally, and then after having spent a year on the streets, then I bumped into the people here at Ikusasa and this project, and then that's how I became one of the beneficiaries here.
How does that happen? Where do you bump into the people from Ikusasa? Do you get approached? How did that come about?
For me, it's precarious in terms of how it unfolded, because essentially what I wanted help with my addiction.
Okay.
I seeked help for my addiction, and one of the stipulates of being a beneficiary in this place is that you have to stay here to then get rehab help, to be sent to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
So I went around to your Sankas of the world, asking them to get me into a rehab, because rehab is an expensive ordeal if you had to go in, if you had to pay from it out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
But I also knew that there's government facilities that provide for such. So I went to Sanka. Sanka then told me about this place, and that's how I ended up walking through the gates here.
I think the most powerful thing for me here is that you say that it's something that you wanted. So it's absolutely critical that you need to want to get that for yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a total culture shock for me, because having been married, having had kids, having had my own house, had my own things, and having had a plan for my life, and then bumping into drugs, not bumping into drugs, but being enslaved by drugs, and then losing everything in the process. I knew better. I knew that my life was not about this, and then spending 12 months on the streets will get you back to sanity pretty quickly.
Sure.
I guess, if I had to put it lightly.
Yeah.
But I was ready. I was ready, and I was ready for change, and I knew that I needed some professional help. And so then I sought, the assistance of rehab, which led me then to this place.
And how are you finding being here?
You know what the funny thing is that
sure.
As mentioned, I needed help with my drug addiction, but I ended up finding so much more than just help for my drug addiction. This place has changed my life from what it was.
How?
In many ways, it put me in touch again with who I am, what my values are, what my goals are in life, the important things in life. It's cliched the way they say it, but money. We need money, because without money, life becomes very, very hard. But it is not at all, and I had to lose it all for me to learn that lesson. So this place is putting me back in touch with myself, as I mentioned. It reminded me of what the important things of life is in terms of family, in terms of community, togetherness, and all those cliches that you put out there. But until you walk that road, you won't fully understand what the implications of that is and what that means.
Yeah.
So I thank the Lord for my rock bottom. That's another thing. Being rock bottom has taught me is it put me back in touch with my God.
Your spirituality,
my spirituality,
your faith.
Absolutely. I grew up in a Christian household, and then because of the ways of life, and I lost track with that. I lost touch with that. So this not only that, I mean, this place is also, in the year that I've been here, like I said, obviously they taught me the tools to how to manage this addiction problem of mine, because it's a lifelong disease.
Of course.
It goes day by day, choice by choice, decision by decision, literally. So it's given me those tools first and foremost. Another thing it's done, it's given me employment opportunity, though short-lived and temporary in its nature. And that, I mean, the construction of these containers that you see around us, the beneficiaries actually were employed.
Oh wow!
Which is great.
Put them up, yeah.
Absolutely. So you become the first point of call in terms of employment opportunities. Like I mentioned, it was short-lived, was temporary in its nature, but it was in terms of my dignity and regaining that again, especially having worked all my life and then now spending the past 3 years in destitute. So yeah,
and it prepares you for when you do get out of here. At least you're learning new skills, which is very important. And I think because most of us don't know that when someone goes to rehab, for instance, obviously there will be set activities that work towards that rehabilitation process. We never really know what happens, what exactly that's about. So maybe if you could Paint a picture for us. I mean, like you were telling us, you were part of the construction process. What else actually happens in terms of the different projects that you personally are involved in?
Okay, so you're speaking specifically on the rehab side or just being here for the year? I'll answer both.
Sure.
Just to give you insight in terms of rehabilitation, I mean, it's really, in essence, is a deep dive into your core, the self. You know, I mean, any childhood trauma that you might have faced that might have brought about the addiction problems, it's a man in the mirror moment. I like to describe it like that, because you're faced to be naked in front of yourself and be honest with yourself and try to get to the core of what triggered this dependence on substances. Having had the privilege of studying, especially at the tertiary level, obviously when I walked into here, I mean, we meet all people from all walks of life when you're in a camp like this, because there's the various reasons why people become destitute and lose. So having that privilege of having studied, of having worked in a corporate environment, in a corporate framework, I immediately came here and was given responsibilities in terms of guiding, especially the youngers. You know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 42 years old, even though I've got a spirit of a 6-year-old and the ambitions of a 22-year-old graduate.
And you don't look a year older than 25. Don't worry.
So you know, it's amazing what responsibility does to you when you're put in a position of responsibility, being slightly older, being more experienced in terms of guiding the younger guys. Because I mean, if you look at the demographic in this place, a good 90% of everyone here is well in the youth still, in the youth. So you know, I relish that opportunity. It's giving me a sense of purpose again, just in terms of guiding and helping and you know, so
exactly, and I mean, they probably relate more to you because you understand what they're going through, having walked to the very same journey or similar journey to a certain degree.
Absolutely, it makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. You know, so you don't speak from a textbook perspective. You speak from someone who's actually walked that road along with them. So when you speak about incidences or examples or anything for that matter, you speak from a sense of knowing and a sense of care. You know what they say? You know, people only care how much you know once they know how much you care, and they know that I've walked that path with them, and because I'm very much hopeful in terms of my future. Not only hopeful, I mean, I've got a plan set out. They look at me and they say, listen, he's 40 and he's still his outlook is still so optimistic. I'm 20, you know what I mean?
I have my entire life ahead of me.
Exactly. So that's been the experience.
And you know, like you were saying, there are different reasons why people, you know, end up here, you know, and unfortunately, like you were saying, different people, different circumstances, right? You actually told me that you have the utmost support from your family. What is their importance of families sticking by their own, you know, when they do find themselves in such a situation?
You know, Sweetness, I think for me, the first and foremost, I mean, you know, when you're going through addiction, your family members, they bear the brunt.
More than anyone else.
More than anyone else. I mean, it got into a stage where I was so alienated from my family that because all I wanted was money from them. Money. It got to a stage where they're like, no, let's give you some tough love. So they put me away, but it's for my own good. To answer your question, you know, the family support is critical. It's vital. I think without the family support, it becomes very hard. It's not impossible, but it becomes very hard. I've been fortunate in that my family, for that matter, never
disown you.
They didn't disown me. They didn't give up on me. They knew that I knew better. They knew that you know, this unconscious state that I've been in for the past 3 years will soon come to pass. And I've been fortunate because not every story ends up the way mine did. So I'm blessed in that I've got an open-minded family that also knows who I am. It's a matter of me remembering who I am and then coming to the fore. But the role that they played. In fact, just last month, I went home for the first time in 4 years.
Where is home, by the way?
It's in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. It's a township called Chesterville. Blaggers, shout out.
Shout out KZN.
Shout out KZN. So I went home for the first time in 4 years. And I stayed away partly because of the embarrassment of having fallen, having lost anything. I mean, I left there, I left there, kids used to look up to me. Now to come back now, I left there driving, coming back walking, not knowing where I've been. But this is the pressure that I put upon myself. But once I walked through those gates at home, I felt that it was totally different. I was welcomed with open arms.
Wow.
And they just rejuvenated me, and I came back here now because I've been here for a year. My time here is up. It is
so you're
up.
going to be leaving soon?
Please believe it, please.
Do you feel ready?
I'm so ready. I've been ready for quite some time. But now I've got the tools as well. I've got the tools.
You're prepared.
I'm prepared. I'm well prepared.
Oh man, I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so
like
much.
you were saying, yours is such a beautiful story because it really does have a beautiful ending. You're doing well. You sound like you're doing incredibly well, and I'm so proud of you. I do hope that your story is going to inspire many out there, and I hope that even the beneficiaries that are here with you as well, when they see you, I hope they see what it is that they can become. So your family is probably very proud of you. All the best with everything. I'm definitely rooting for you.
Thank you so much. God bless you, citizens.
Thank you. And there you have it. It's Mr. Oli Akom, one of the beneficiaries of course, the project. Here we are here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. They are today, as you can hear, it's celebrations everywhere. They are today celebrating / launching their Parks Home project. Thank you so much for staying with us. More from my side still coming up. It's UFM. We are in tune with you.
I'm with my brother Patrick Randberg, and he says he has something helpful to share with his colleagues. Patrick,
yeah, I bank to the bank that charge me for everything, but no more. With the FNB Aspire account, I get cash at till whilst grocery shopping, and I also get SMS notifications when money comes and goes. Plus, 60 cent back per liter in e-bucks at Engine, while that other bank only gave me 20 cent in
All that at no extra charge.
Yo, choose FNB, Smiley. I get more value, and because I switched my credit to FNB, I also get more e-bucks.
Zanzi, it's time to resign from the old ways of banking. If you don't know, now you know. Switch to FNB, where one simple change makes a big difference.
First National Bank, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. T's and rules apply.
On Tuesday, the 26th of October 2021, the Gauteng Department of Social Development, led by MEC Morakane Mosupyoe, will officially launch the Park Homes for homeless people in Wembley Stadium, Johannesburg. This is part of Social Development Month held annually. The Department of Social Development, as part of its mandate to care for vulnerable groups in society, is tasked to place people who are homeless in temporary homeless shelters. The department, in collaboration with municipalities, NPOs, and churches, provides various services such as meals, treatment for substance abuse, security, medical screening, counseling, and reunification with family. This message was brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Social Development.
It's Happy Monday, baby!
3 to 6 p.m. with Carol Hart on You in the Afternoon.
How are you, or what have you opted for in terms of saving money for the festive season? It's December clothing, it's January clothing.
Do people
it's
do that?
What? Save for?
Like for clothes that are December,
Yeah, don't.
Do people do that?
I still do it.
And this. So Christmas, Christmas
Yeah.
Wow,
I did
Carol
last
Hobbs.
year. Yeah, and New Year's Eve. I do. I like looking pretty
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, and I actually like even after cooking a feast and stuff, I wear my heels and stuff. Like I like
Christmas.
I still do it.
Christmas.
Yeah, Karabo. Are you shocked?
Yeah, who does that?
Carol?
Every Monday to Friday, only on UFM. In tune with you. Brunch with Sweetness, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
You better hold tight. Real love, the kind you dream of, comes once in your life. Real love, the kind worth heaven, you gotta hold tight. Real love, real love, real love, real love, real love. I think back on the days when you showed me the way, and I was a child in younger bloom, and I just wanted to make you proud. I pictured you there in the crowd, and the bright lights to you, none could compare. 'Cause you believe. Once in your life, come once in your life. You got work heaven, you gotta hold tight, real love, real love, real love, real love.
Anthony Hamilton on the choir, Ricky Roselle on the poetry, real love, yeah. You the only type that I can hold tight, and I want you throughout the whole night. Take a hot shower on a cold night. Ralph Lauren, yeah, I used to be a low life. Now we out in Dubai chilling on warm days. She rocking cornrows and I'm so amazed. Cartier bracelets for every court case. She looking like a movie, yeah, Scorsese. Trying to build a mansion out in Little Haiti. Great Mercedes, Slay Milady, Bell Harbor, Rodeo Mary. Real love, all I want is real love. Call it forensic files, cause I'ma kill some. Baby girl, I'ma kill some. I'ma eat you out and I'ma kill some. Boss, yeah.
Maybach music. You gave all that you had as you watch me become a man. And your love smile made it okay. Hey, hey. And no other compares to you. I give it all up when it comes to you. No other love, and no other love compares to you. 'Cause you believe the kind you dream of. God is once in your life, once in your life. The kind of heaven, you gotta hold tight. Hold on, hold on. Real love, real love, real love, yeah. Real love, real love, real love.
In spring with you on 91.9 FM. News on UFM.
mo kgasong e utlwa fa kopo ya moporesidente wa pele Jacob Zuma ya gore advocate Billy Downer a ntshiwe mo tshekong ya gagwe e kgapetswe thoko gape le ntlhopheng wa maemo a bokhanselara wa lekoko la NFP o bolailwe ka go thuntshiwa maabane bosigo. Dikgang tsa ura ya 11 mo UFM ka dimakatsogengkwe mo gaitsho madume. Kopo ya moporesidente wa maloba Jacob Zuma ya gore mosekisi wa puso advocate Billy Downer a ntshiwe mo tshekong ya gagwe ya bonweenwee ba theko ya dibetsa e gapetswe thoko ke kgotlatshekelo kgolo ya Pietermaritzburg moso ono. Zuma o batla gore Downer a ntshiwe mo kgetseng ya gagwe go nna molatofatsa ka go tsaya letlhakore le gore o sutlisitse direkoto tsa gagwe tsa boitekanelo go babega dikgang. Fa na re bola katlholo mo kopong eo moatlhodi Pitkun o buile jana.
The ultimate question to be answered is therefore not whether the prosecutor is not independent or not impartial or biased or not sufficiently independent or impartial, but whether the accused ultimately will receive a fair trial. The written judgment accordingly concludes the special plea is dismissed. The matter is directed to proceed to trial in respect of the not guilty pleas of Mr. Zuma and Thales. Mr. Dana, what I require is a date for this matter to be adjourned to.
The current situation is that the state is ready to proceed within a reasonable time, and that is within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes.
So we've looked at the dates, and the 15th of November would suit the state.
fa re gatela pele go setse fela malatsi a ka fa tlase ga beke pele ga ditlhopho tsa dipuso selegae fela tirisodikgoka ya sepolotiki e santse e le tlhobaboroko mo tiragalong ya morago jaana National Freedom Party NFP ya re ntlhopheng wa bokhanselara wa lekoko bolailwe ka go thuntshiwa maapaneng bosigo kgaogelo magolego wa bega.
The ANC has had the most councillor candidates shot and killed in the lead-up to the 2021 local government elections. Most of these murders were attributed to internal competition for spots on the party's candidate list. In a recent incident, a man was shot and killed at Seraleng outside Rustenburg, and the victim's family believe the hitman confused him for his cousin, an ANC councillor who is standing for another term. 2 weeks ago, an EFF councillor candidate was shot and killed in KwaZulu-Natal. Details around the shooting of the NFP activist remain sketchy. I'm Kgagolo Magolego, News Note in Rustenburg.
Kwa bokhutlhong mapodisi kwa Gauteng a tshwere monna yo dingwaga tse 45 ka ditatofatso tsa go tsietsa mabenkele a rekisang dijanaga. Ali Ahmed Sabir o latofadiwa ka go dirisa di-payslip tse e seng tsa nnete go reka dijanaga tsa boleng ba madi a kana ka diranta tsa milione tse 1.4. Sebueledi sa The Hawks mokaptene Ndibuo Molamu a re Sabir o tshwerwe kwa molelwaneng mo magareng ga Aforika Borwa le Eswatini.
The investigation team circulated Sabir on the local and international border movement control, which successfully led to his apprehension on Sunday at the Swaziland border post when traveling out of the country for leisure. Authorities detained him in custody for the Hawks to later charge him with fraud involving over 1.4 million rands vehicle finance scam, which he allegedly committed in 2017. The court remanded Sabir in custody pending investigation. However, this matter is expected back in court on Thursday for formal bail application.
Kganye kwa setlhwe moreng eno ya re kopo ya mopresidente wa maloba Jacob Zuma ya gore mosekisi wa puso advocate Billy Tauna a ntshiwe mo tshekong ya gagwe ya bonwenwe ba theko ya dipitsa e kgapetswe thoko moso ono ke kgotlatshekelo kgolo ya Pietermaritzburg. Dikhutlafatsa urae tse di latelang ke tsa ura ya 12.
For more on these stories, visit newsnote.co.za. Brunch with Sweetness, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
Tanda wakwempela agna parezong chela minanga when yas fella my girl. You worth more than diamonds, worth more than them pearl. Listen when me tell.
You are my love, my sun, my reason to wake in the morning, the reason I smile all day. You are my one.
Get even tired, get too long, if you know you my way. Mother of my baby, you are my number one lady. Banana lam shas and yo the turn and kunimna on that banana lam shas and afa Bobo Shebake ushange jambo intense and when amanda the fun and no borrow my lyrics become sharp njenge ngemba gazoro hake konga nditsendange shona pangalero gitivo talangi tulangi puno jimawi mother of my baby you are my number one lady baby.
Seen a lot of chicks in my life, Had a lot of flings here and there in my life. Had a lot of first dates, first kisses, first hugs. Never did it twice till you. Could you cool, baby boo? I'm so gaga over you. I'm here to make your dreams come true. What you want, boo? Diamond rings, shopping sprees, anything. Manda come through for you.
Mother of my baby, you are my number one lady, baby.
You are my love, my sun, my reason to wake in the morning, the reason I smile all day. You are my one.
Mother of my baby, you are my number one lady, baby.
Daddy of my baby, you are my number one.
If you love it, you will hear it on UFM. In tune with you.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy they pour when I'm thinking about you. Who no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. No, I don't like you, I just thought you were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house I could sell you in Idaho. Since you think I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kiss you. Got a fighter jet, I don't get to fly it, though I'm lying down thinking about you. Ooh, no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You, no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Yes, of course. I remember, how could I forget how you feel? You know you were my first time, a new feel. It won't ever get old, not in my soul, not in my spirit, keep it alive. We'll go down this road till it turns from color to black and white. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
It's the new flashback, taking you back to that new moment.
How? There's no need for you to buy a car if you're getting a free meal.
The guy is part of like how I got her. Had I been
I wasn't sure for 4 years and I married the guy.
Oh my God!
Imagine if this guy has been telling his woman for the last 10 years. They're like, where's the letter? We're going to fix this country and tell the truth.
Well, I live in go to really out of order.
Boys, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Only on UFM. In tune with you.
It's UFM. We are in tune with you. It's 11:11. Make that a wish. Welcome to the final hour of the show. Of course, it's Brunch with Sweetness. Yeah, my name is Sweetness Motsepe. Thank you for choosing us. We are still coming to you live from the Wembley Stadium here in Johannesburg. Of course, we are here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Today's a very, very big day for the province because they are officially launching their Park Homes project. So in a bit, I'm going to be in conversation with Mayor Eunice Mkina, who is the member of the Mayor Committee, the MMC, for the department, and this is for health and social development. However, for the city of Johannesburg, not for the department, for the city of Johannesburg, she is the MMC for health and social development. So yeah, I'll be chatting to her pretty soon. But here is something that is happening tomorrow. Remember, Nestle, Nespre and UFM bring you the Fundane Nestle Nespre Corner, which is an educational platform for caregivers with school-going children between the ages of 5 and 14. The Fundane Nestle Nespre Corner is here to empower you with information to help you become a better parent. Catch the conversation every Wednesday at 11:40 on this very show. Of course, it is Brunch with Sweetness. It's exactly 12 after 11. Good morning. Don't forget to catch us across the country. That is on the audio bouquet. We are on channel 842.
This one I better do with the jabata. Me, I no get time, I did da. Dada cover my face, calling me la ba jow. Biggie man, we know they wear a ba da. Tell me, my nigga, what's it come? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it gonna be? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet, die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commend it. I can't come and keep myself. So anything when you do, I try to do on my way. I can't come and keep myself. Plenty so far we face. Just to make sure money day. But my people then go say, I know one buy, I know one die, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, my nigga, what's it come? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it gonna be? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet. Different things them happening, schemes and packaging. In a one night for shows, I'm juggling. Flow like the ocean, my boat, I'm paddling. Sharashina Bella, that's my bro, my family. Frozen dreams. When it comes to money, I take concentrate. Make I tell you straight, you are not my mate. If you become a shall not be head of state. But my people then go say, I know one buy, I know one die, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, money. What's it gonna be? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it gonna be? G-Wagon, all the Bentley, the girl them, ride the whip, I no feet, die for nothing. Oh no, I now.
Rustenburg. In spring with you on 89.8 FM.
Saba wela yo se fige la salsa angeke bayithale ay nama yangibiza amatafu lalela asihlasele solo lempilo emnandi unini saba wela yo se fige la salsa angeke bayithale nama yangibiza amatafu Selene solo le pilemna unini saba wala yo se tige la ksasa enge bayivale yo kimina kama yangiza mata asihla selene solo le pilemna unini saba wala yo se tige la ksasa enge bayivale yo kimina kama yangiza mata 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 Kama young bees, I'm a thousand. Kama young bees, I'm a thousand. Bangena ngantu, same time. Solo tu kulila masa. Ingilo sila impilo enyami. Ay malume kukulo sayo. Bangena ngantu, same time. Solo tu kulila masa. Ingilo sila impilo enyami. Ay malume kukulo sayo. So hard to win, 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 hard to win. So hard to win, 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 hard to win.
Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12 midday on UFM 89.8 FM to 103.9 FM. In tune with you.
Choppy's Rustenburg Midtown Mall is coming soon. Come and get all your shopping needs under one roof. Choppy's, great value for your money.
On the 1st of November, we'll all get to decide who will lead our municipalities, choose the ANC, and let's build better communities together. Votela ANC, re ahe setjhaba se hantle mmoho. Vote ANC.
The views expressed in this political advert are of the political party concerned and not that of UFM.
exactly 21 after 11. Good morning if you've just joined in. It's Brunch with Sweetness. And yeah, as you might have heard, we are out and about. We are currently at the Wembley Stadium here in Johannesburg. And of course, we are here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. A very big day today is. Of course, the department is officially launching their Park Homes project. I'm currently joined in our studio by the MMC for Health and Social Development for City of Joburg. It's Mayor Eunice Mgina who joins me in our studio. Good morning, MMC. Welcome to UFM. How are you today?
Good morning, Sweetness, and good morning to all your listeners at home. It's a bit chilly this morning.
Very.
But we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We're fine. Thanks.
The show goes on. It is what it is.
It is going on and on and on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me. Let's talk about the city's involvement with regards to the Park Homes project, and maybe if you might even just take me through how it is that you're feeling today. I can imagine spirits are quite high. We are celebrating more than anything else.
Yeah. No, Sweetness, as you have actually heard me earlier on when I was giving my support message of support to the event itself, I did mention the fact that as the City of Joburg, we started with the project together with the provincial government in responding, of course, to the challenges that we're facing then posed to us by COVID-19. But then we had to respond to the challenges, particularly with regard to homelessness in the city.
Yeah.
We are a city that has more than 15,000 people who are homeless, and that on its own, it's a huge challenge. So as part of responding to that and the COVID-19 problems that were presented to us, we had to come up with this establishment. And I am quite excited today to be here. You know, we started with the tents, and the Park Homes are just for me, like they're bringing an excitement that I don't even know how to imagine. I'm quite excited to be here to see that our government is really responding to the challenges that we're having. As the city, we are assisting, or we partnered with the provincial government of social development. We with bulk services, bulk infrastructure services that included water provision, electricity provision,
of course,
as well as the ablution facilities that we all are in this facility, as well as the land.
Of course, you need to find a place.
As the landowners, the land belongs to the City of Joburg, so we provided that as well, and we are really looking forward to working together with other partners who are not necessarily government, but business out there. We would really appreciate to work with them as well.
I mean, you mentioned that in Joburg alone, there are more than 15,000 homeless people. Have you maybe perhaps started with maybe the processes of identifying more land, maybe opening up more camps in terms of trying to get people off the streets?
As government of local unity in the city of Johannesburg, we did agree that in responding to the homelessness in the city, we need to identify more buildings, more facilities, and at this point, housing did present to us 2 buildings. I might not have the addresses now, but it's within the city, within the inner city, for us to be able to utilize those buildings for homelessness as well as gender-based violence as well. So we are working together with other departments within the city in making sure that we respond to the challenges that our communities are facing in the city, and as far as homelessness is concerned. So those buildings will definitely work with housing in making sure that we also use them for the homelessness as well.
Of course. And I mean, like you mentioned earlier on, COVID-19 has proven to be a challenge to all of us,
Great
every
challenge,
sector, you name it. But when it comes to this very project, what would you consider to have been perhaps some of the biggest challenges in terms of, what it is that had to happen or that we had to go through to get to where we are right now?
It was really a challenge to bring together all the departments that needed to play a role in this whole establishment. We had to bring in JMPD so that they also assist us with managing the beneficiaries who will be going in and out of the facility. We had to bring in sports department, JPC, who are responsible for the land within the city, as well as other departments. It was a challenge bringing them together. The multidisciplinary committee has been a great challenge, but we managed regardless. We are now experiencing some of the departments who are also pulling out of the whole project, but we will raise it with their principals so that at least we get them being part of this establishment, and the progress of this area will definitely be the progress of the city and the province as well. So we need everyone to play part, especially critical departments, your Johannesburg water, your city power, the entities that we have within the city as well. So it has been a challenge, but it's something that we'll work on and make sure that we master it.
With that said, as we wrap it up, just a parting note from your end, and maybe just a bit of light into whether or not you do have any other projects maybe that are going to come up where you'll be collaborating with the Gauteng Department of Social Development.
Look, we've been working with the department, social development in the province on a whole lot of projects. Okay. And we'll continue working with them. We want them to also play part to gender-based violence interventions. As you know, it's another pandemic that we are facing as a country, and Johannesburg in particular, we are an epicenter once more of this gender-based violence thing. But I think on issues of homelessness, we'll continue partnering with the Department of Social Development in the province, other partners, of course. And like I said, we're working on establishing more and more of these arrangements within the city. Of course, with the buildings that we've been provided by the housing department in the city. So we must expect more and more happening in the near future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, MMC. What a pleasure it has been talking to you. If you've just joined in, I was just having a conversation with Mayor Eunice Mgina, the MMC for Health and Social Development for City of Joburg. You are still tuned in to UFM. Don't forget to actually catch us on our socials. Yeah, we are live. It's at UFM 898 across all platforms. We are in tune with you.
I will still irritate you whether I ape up or not.
5 on UFM.
Yeah. I said a joke earlier on, which is apparently something that somebody posted online, right?
Okay.
It's about a lady who fed her husband korobet. And the dude died. So now the dude just, every night, he comes from the dead, sits in the bedroom, and just watches her. Up until 4 in the morning, and then he goes. Like, he does nothing.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't chat to her. He doesn't nothing. Like, beyond the grave. The blind Korobela.
Every Monday to Friday, only on UFM. In tune with you.
Oh yeah. You called it love, but I called it pain. You saw the sun, but I felt the rain. I trusted you, believed in us. You showed your hand, I called your bluff. I think it's better if you choose me, 'cause you just use me, abuse me. I think it's better if you free me. I'm trying to make you see me. I think it's best we go separate ways before we turn this love into hate. And stubborn. So gonna know what you're trying to do. I got my money, I got no problems. I got you talking, I'm minding my own, ain't worried about you. I think it's better if you choose me, 'cause you just use me, abuse me. I think it's better if I free you. Done trying to make you see me. Think it's best we go separate ways before we turn this love into hate. And no, this just can't wait. Avulegi lama sango, nkhululekile, nkhululekile, lama sango. Avulegi lama sango, nkhululekile, nkhululekile. I can just do me. Finally, I can breathe. Finally, I can just do me. Finally, I can breathe. Avulegi lama sango, nkhululekile, nkhululekile.
The theater of the mind, the magic of radio. Radio that listens to be in tune with you. UFM.
Usher Raymond. Yeah. Thugger. Yeah. Go right up. Yeah. Make it say, no limit. Got that masterpiece. No limit, baby. Can get that black car. No limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. Make it say, no limit. I see murder that. No limit, baby. Get that ghetto D, girl, no limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. You know you fine, baby, you know that you fine. I'm just trying to make you mine, trying to make you mine. Yeah, I'm trying to make you mine. Put a tingle in your spine. We got a vibe, we got a way. You should ride on it. All of the places I can take you, girl, is limitless. So if you've never been, girl, I would just love to take you there. You don't have to worry about a thing. I gotta let me show you better than. 'Cause I may not know you, just let me hold you. You be my soldier, like you from the north. Make it say, no limit. Got that masterpiece, no limit, baby. Can get that black car, no limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. Make it say, no limit. I see murder that, no limit, baby. Get that ghetto D, girl, no limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. Cars on decline, baby, the cars on decline. You roll with me and we shine, baby, we shine. Yeah, little mama, we shine. Just pick a destination. Go ahead, show me you can get like everything. Show me like any car, any house, baby, you can get like any ring, anything. Then I can knock it down. Through the night, through the day, yeah. I knock it out. Baby, you call the Sugar Ray, yeah. 'Cause I may not know you, just let me hold you. You be my soldier, like you from the north. Make it say, no limit. Got that masterpiece, no limit, baby. Can get that black car, no limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. Make it say, no limit. I see murder that, no limit, baby. Get that ghetto D, girl, no limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby. You found out that wine, baby girl, I ain't lying. Made my homie drop a dime, commit a crime, jeopardize my lifeline. Just to see your vital sign. Ain't no limit, baby, we do it live. Ain't
no limit, babe, when you were starting. Marta outsmart the rara. Build a session with Bacardi Barbies. Kerosene. Promise spin one machine. Same ways to prima donna. Never limit, I'm a stunner. Tilly that do never runners. The boss they all beginners. Follows in and right them. I'ma spend my night with them. I can put carrots all over you. Carrots all over you. Never mind me on the pop. Man, I been getting high with these fools. And she said all her friends fake, so she solo rockin'. And she a real bad. She ain't got a Photoshop it. No limit. I see murder that. No limit, baby. Give you that ghetto D, girl. No limit. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, there's no limit, baby.
Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its people. In tune with the listener. In tune with you. That's what radio's all about. You are radio. And radio is you. So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle, your aspirations, and your ever-changing music taste. Radio that keeps its fingers on the pulse. Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content. A listener-led radio station. Radio that doesn't speak at people, but radio that listens and engages its listeners. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you, cries with you, celebrates with you. Radio that understands you. Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race. That's why we do what we do. We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you always stay in tune with you.
UFM.
It's Happy Monday, baby!
3 to 6 p.m. with Carol Hobbs on You in the Afternoon.
How are you, or what have you opted for in terms of saving money for the festive season? It's December clothing, it's January clothing.
Do people do that?
What? Save for?
Like for clothes that are December,
yeah, don't
people do that?
I still do it.
And this. So Christmas, Christmas,
yeah.
Wow,
I did
Carol
last
Hobbs.
year.
Yeah,
and New Year's Eve. I do. I like looking pretty
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, and I actually like even after cooking a feast and stuff, I wear my heels and stuff. Like I like
Christmas.
I still do it.
Taking part as a Christmas.
Yeah, Karabo. Are you shocked?
Yeah, who does that?
Carol.
Every Monday to Friday, only on UFM. In tune with you.
On the 1st of November, we'll all get to decide who will lead our municipalities, choose the ANC, and let's build better communities together. Votela ANC, re ahe setjhaba se hantle mmoho. Vote ANC.
The views expressed in this political advert are of the political party concerned and not that of UFM.
It's UFM. We are in tune with you. Top of the morning to you. I sure hope you're keeping warm, whoever it is that you are catching us. Of course, it's Brunch with Sweetness. My name is Sweetness Motsepe. It is always such a pleasure to, of course, serve you brunch. You do know that we are out and about. We are at the Wembley Stadium here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. I'm currently joined in studio by MEC Morakane Mosupyoe for the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Good morning, MEC. Welcome to UFM. Can I ask how you are, but how are you doing today?
But I'm okay. Thank you very much, Sweetness. Good morning to you and good morning to UFM listeners.
Thank you so much, MEC. I mean, first of all, today is such a celebration more than anything else. How are you feeling that this day is finally happening?
Grateful to the powers that be, and I mean God in the main. But also grateful to the team that I have in social development, starting with the HOD and the entire team. You know, we have two branches or two divisions in the department. They work together with the municipality of Johannesburg to make sure that this day becomes a reality.
Why did the department see it fit on promoting the collaboration of the different stakeholders, not just involved in this project, but just to ensure that we get effective service delivery?
Yeah. Sweetness, you know, homelessness or people that are displaced, as the HOD chooses to describe it, and I think it's a more befitting description.
Yes.
It's a phenomenon that appears globally. It's not only in South Africa, and it's not a nice thing for people to be, you know, hopeless and not know where they're going to be spending the night, not know whether they're going to have a meal or not. You can imagine a mother with children who doesn't have anywhere to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So it's for that reason that, and many others, but it's mainly for that reason that the inhumaneness of homelessness, that the Gauteng government, ably led by our Premier David Makura, working together with Treasury in the province, decided to allocate money, substantive amount of money, but money is never enough to solve a problem. So in the previous financial year, they gave us just over 80 million. This year, again, just over 80 million for us to be able to provide for homeless people. So we also looked at the fact that, people who are homeless are also affected by many other ills that need to be addressed by government.
Of course, yeah.
The easiest example that I can give you is what is in front of us here today. We have SASSA, which looks after, or at least make sure that the people that are in our shelter, like this one, are aware of other services that government offers, like the 350 that government is giving them as a relief because of COVID-19. But also there is SASSA also takes care of the elderly, and it gives them what we normally refer to as mdend.
Yes.
We also have here the Home Affairs Department. Everybody in South Africa must be documented. That also includes people that come from other countries.
True.
It is important to us that they understand that when they are in our country, they must obey our laws, and it starts with them being documented. We need to know who they are and where we can find them and how can we assist them. So those are the two examples that I can give you. But what is more important to us today, what gave us a sense of comfort, is the fact that the municipality of Johannesburg gave us this facility to start with, but it's fully serviced, and we are not paying for that as the Department of Social Development. So that collaboration and the community around, the ward councillor was here with us in the morning to not only welcome us but also to tell us about the work that he's doing together with the community in looking after this facility and the people that work here. We also have our shelters where we take people who are on drugs, who are on drug abuse, but those are paid for by us as the department. The NPOs and NGOs that we work with that give them services that can help them to overcome their addiction. The Department of Health is also helping us. Some of them need clinical attention, so that's where the Department of Health would come in. Human settlements as well is also part of the deal, where those that have sort of graduated, for lack of a better word, and qualify for RDP houses, they can also get in line for that. So it's a joint effort. There's no way that the Department of Social Development could have done this alone.
And I can imagine getting to such a point required a lot of work. It came with a lot of challenges. I think throughout the morning, the one thing that has been greatly highlighted is from every level, at every level, the challenges that people have went through, or departments have went through. But take me through the challenges that you as a department had to face to get to this very point.
Look, the first challenge was that, opened our eyes widely to the severity of the problem was the hard lockdown that we were under in March last year. When was it April or March? March, yes. When the president announced the hard lockdown. Social development then realized that, there are people out there. We always knew, because they are what we refer to as our clients, the people that we give service to. But then the numbers, the severity, the enormity of the problem was thrust into our faces.
Yeah.
There are those people, the human like you and I, they need to be provided for, they need to be locked, to be under lockdown like all of us.
And they need a place to go to.
They didn't have any place to go to. So the department then provided the tents that you see that look like the army tents. Yeah, that's where the people were sheltered, and this was in all of the 5 corridors or the 5 regions in the province. Well, there was a bit of an advantage there, because it allowed us as a department to at least have a head count, to know how many, who are they, what are the problems that they're facing, what are the reasons why they left home. We were able to gather statistics, important statistics that then informed the programs that we have as a department, whether we had to expand them, whether we had to change them, whatever adjustments we had to do. So out of that, we were then able to then decide that, yes, this is what we can do, what we're doing today. It's not only going to be in Johannesburg. We have 5 regions or 5 corridors, as I said. So we're going to have such in all of them, in all of the regions. Obviously, working within the provisions of whatever budget that we have for this particular financial year. It's Johannesburg and Citibank that we're focusing on. Yes.
Alrighty. And I mean, as we wrap it up, MEC, should we expect similar projects like you were mentioning now that you will be going to other regions? And I mean, the festive season is around the corner.
Yes.
You know, everybody wants to go somewhere when it comes to that time of the year. Any projects in line with that, perhaps?
Look, October is Social Development Month. So we spend the month of October looking after all the vulnerable in society across the board.
Yeah.
But one other thing that is important to remember about the festive season that you're mentioning, it's a time when people want to be happy with their loved ones. So these people are facing a slightly different problem than you and I have.
Regular,
Yes. So we have provided for them, and we will provide for them. The important thing is that we must try and reintegrate them back into their families. But some left home because of challenges that they're facing. So you can't take a person back into
the place they're running away from.
They're running away from, and without giving them solutions.
Of course.
Some can be reintegrated, some cannot. For those that cannot, who will be in our shelter, we will do something for them. We'll make sure that their Christmas, at least, it's not that bad. Yeah. But one other thing that is important to note, and I spoke to it earlier on, is the LGBTQIA community.
Yes.
I think we need to get to a point where, as a country, as a community, as people, we stop judging each other or, putting each other in uncomfortable boxes that are not created by God. They are people, and our constitution provides for everyone. It protects all of us.
Absolutely.
So as a department, we'll also be looking at those. You can imagine a young person in the family decides to come out, as they say, and then the parents are shocked, and you can't blame them.
Yeah.
And then, but because they don't know how to react or how to relate with the child feels ostracized and they leave home.
Yeah.
That also contributes to homelessness. So we as a department are aware of the fact that we need to do something. Provide at least the parents or the family with counseling so that they accept the child for who they are. It's not everybody who can do that. So it's a multi-sectoral, multi-dimensional approach that we're having. Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because it's still Pride Month. So it was definitely...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was
That's
very
good.
important to note. Let's leave it on that note, MEC. Thank you so much. Thank you
welcome.
for taking the time to have a conversation with me.
Thank you, Sweetness. You have a sweet voice and a sweet name.
Thank you. And there you have it. That is MEC Morakane Mosupyoe, of course, the MEC for the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Well, we are still definitely coming to you live from the Wembley Stadium. More from my side, still on the way. Thank you so much for sticking with us.
We'll all get to decide who will lead our municipalities. Choose the ANC and let's build better communities together. Votela ANC. Re ahe setjhaba se hantle mmoho. Vote ANC.
The views expressed in this political advert are of the political party concerned and not that of UFM.
Hey guys, our country is under attack. Our sisters and girl children are under attack. And I will urge you, don't you ever call me brother if you defend or if you look for reasons to justify this injustice. My name is Pat Cash, and I stand against the abuse and killings of our women and children. It has to stop. Something has to give, and it has to give now.
In spring with you on 91.8 FM.
summers in the zone. Notification, on the alarm. Miscommunication, I need a love. And a mistake, I tangle a tongue. And instead, I buy a lot. Dignity, oh, young thunder, my love. I can let go, my love. Listen to the when I'm alone. Looking for the summers in the zone. Notification, on the alarm. Miscommunication, I need a love. And a mistake, I tangle a tongue. And instead, I buy a lot. Dignity, oh, young thunder, my love. Baby girl, I need you. Why you do that dance for me? Any day I'll make it rain. Any day, every day. Show my love in every way. Sweet good love, baby girl, I need you. Why you do that dance for me? Any day I'll make it rain. Any day, every day. Show my love in every way. Sweet your love it.
Girl, I love it when you give me your body, but you know that I be hustling, so don't come me for nothing. Oh my gay, show me the love that I say, go on. Oh my gay, show me love, shake it for your daddy. Come and chop my money. Make it dance. The Gucci or the Louis, doing stunts, it's a movie, that's what they're looking. I can teach you a couple things, so pay your school fees. Notification, the pool mix, all the stupid. Oh my God, when I move, she moves, send no sign. Yeah, send no sign. Wanting to do love for all of my places. Come around, cause you know I'm in love. Wanna give you everything, cause yeah, you the one. Don't worry about the thing, I got you, my love. Spending on you just to show you got you, my heart. Shake it nice and slowly. For my baby, throw a bag for my baby, I like it when you're naughty, come and drop my money, shake it for your daddy, notification, on the alarm. Bang a notification, on the alarm. Bang notification, on the alarm. Notification, on the alarm. Bang notification, on the alarm.
So we're about 5 minutes away from midday. Good morning. It's still morning. Yeah. When you hear my voice, you must know it's still morning. Vibe is going to be coming in between 12 and 3, of course, to serve you lunch. We are still coming to you live from Johannesburg at the Wembley Stadium. We're here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development. Of course, the department is today launching their Park Homes project. I am joined in studio as we wrap it up with a beneficiary of one of the partners, which is the MEC. Good morning, Busisiwe.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome to UFM.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Like I've just mentioned, Busisiwe Ngwane is a beneficiary of the project. How did you hear about MES?
I was on the street, living in the street, so had Puti, they called Uri. So he was doing like Puma Paga. We called it Puma Paga.
Yini Puma Paga?
Puma Paga in Guti Makfiga Maveni. Wogudla
Oh.
and then baniphi ukudla ingubo into ezinjalo.
Oh, okay.
So asitshela ngakhuluma naye and then wangitshela ngendaba bathi kuse MES. And then iMES I went there MES and then waba nama social worker good social workers anyway. And then
and that is how you were off the streets.
Yeah.
Do you mind? I don't know if you mind, but how did you end up on the streets?
Family problems, issues.
Family issues, ne?
Yeah.
All right, because the one thing that we learned is a lot of people are here because of different reasons, you know, and we can't just assume that everyone has the same story. With that said, I know that MS, you have many different projects that you are a part of. Tell me about those.
They were asking, what do I want to do here? What do I need? Okay, so I told them that I had grade 11. I left school in grade 11.
Okay.
Anyway, so I tried to have any course that so they said they had the computer, security. So sewing kunento eningi nje is ukuthi bangakufaka kuzo ukuthi wena mo fitter there, and then bakufake and then you do course from MS enkulu which is a hill pro, because MS engihlala kuyiza shelter la kuhlala khona abantu.
Yes.
Aba like homeless, abana lezo inkinga, so kunenye mess again in Hillbrow where ukuthi you do your course uyaqeda and then you baniki certificate afterwards. You do it for 2 weeks and then you go emaphoyiseni for criminal records. Then after 2 weeks you are done, and then they call you and then they give you a certificate.
So would you say that projects like the one that you are a part of are very important and beneficial, you know, to different communities?
Ngasho nje ukuthi ku right kakhulu kunokuthi uhlale, because mongahlala ungenzi next at the end uzophuma e-shelter.
Exactly.
Ufanele kuthiwa kungena abanye abantu bazohlala badinga usizo monesikhathi sokudlala, and then so end up with this story. But for intsha, for thina mangabe unenkinga enjalo, I think you can ngaphumelela mongenza into ezinjalo.
Absolutely. And I mean, obviously uhlala nabanye abantu, you know. Do you find that it's better to be in a home with people understand what it is that you are going through? Does that help you somehow?
Ngathi ukuhlala nabantu ongabazi and ukhulume nabo, like ama social workers eMEC, the abantu abakhulekile baba abangani, baba ubusisa abanye baba bomama,
you become a family.
So bafunda something ngawe na ufunda something ngabo ukuthi uyakhuleka nabantu yabe senihlanganeni nonke ke masenikhuluma ngama issues
and yasiza that thing
family sekukhipha yonke into ndiyathatha ulahle dustbin, the rest uNkulunkulu uzabe
uzalungisa la alungisa khona
uNkulunkulu kuqala anyway life.
Exactly. No, but thank you so much, Nyabonga. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. All the best with everything, and congratulations, because you said you're getting your certificates very soon.
Yes, Nyabonga nami kakhulu uNkulunkulu bobusisi.
Thank you so much. It's Busisi Wengwane, one of the beneficiaries from MES NPO, and just like that, it's a wrap. We've come to the end of another edition of Brunch with Sweetness, still coming to you live from Johannesburg. We are at the Wembley Stadium here with the Gauteng Department of Social Development, of course, launching their Park Homes project. Let's do it again tomorrow. The Wednesday edition of Brunch with Sweetness. For now, it's toodles.
Kwa DA ibusante botlhoka tiro bo kwa tlase. Kwa DA ibusante o na le tšhono go feta gotlhe go bona tiro e go fang